Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixelparters here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice. When we left off, we have a new friend on the stand who is apparently a witness.
Yeah.
Mr. Anonymous, TBD. Mr. Anonymous, TBD. Even though it's not his real name, he's looking at you.
He supposedly can't remember.
Amnesiac, my amnesiac. So anyways, he did his testimony, and I want to say, I'll be honest, even though I said it, I didn't register most of it because I feel like the biggest contradiction that I'm going to look for here is probably the fact that there were the visors that were up along the whole mountainside, so we shouldn't be able to see diddly squat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, the ritual curtain is evidence that went around the whole perimeter, so we shouldn't be able to see anything because the mountain was lower. So
Yeah.
even if you want to say that the sky was clear, those curtains should block everything off.
Yeah.
So on top of Mount Poni Poni, I hate crowds, so I climb up there to pray in peace. I know it's a no-no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right at the inner sanctum. That's when I saw the accused stab the high priest to death. So it could be either one of the two
His mouth
there.
is so big.
It is for such a gremlin guy. Even though we just started, I'm going to go ahead and save just in case I mess up. But I feel like right here would be probably where we present that and be like, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
You fool! Exactly.
Yep, boom.
I'm too smart for you. Your Majesty, I had my doubts about this bushy bearded witness, but now I know we can't trust him.
What? You ain't just me showing on a bodacious beard, are you?
Bodacious.
No, that's a bad description. Not at all, Mister. It's much more than your sketchy appearance. It's your sketchy testimony.
His testimony, you say?
Yes. Recall how the inner sanctum was that day. Specifically, that it was completely enclosed by the ritual curtain.
Why, yes, I believe you're right.
The curtain would have completely blocked
Mr. Wright, to be exact.
Now is not the time for puns, Your Honor. My life is on the line here. The curtain would have been completely blocked, the witness's view from Mount Poni Poni. Poni. Therefore, he couldn't possibly have seen the murder happen.
Plot twist, it's Poni Poni. Mr. Amos, have you been knowingly making false statements to this court?
I'm gonna switch getting my beard. Well, you got me.
The witness will lower his voice.
You got me. I didn't actually see the accused herself.
He didn't actually see the accused herself? What's that supposed to mean?
Let me set the record straight. I beg you. Let me give it that a try again. Oh, this is my mustache.
Oh my
There we go.
God.
Haven't had a shower in 17 years.
Now the
probably less.
murder amended.
I saw their shadowy silhouettes projected against the ritual curtain. The figures were created by the light of the full moon on that clear and still night. She was just a shadow, but I could tell it was the accused for first gripping that dagger.
Shadows? That's what you saw?
It's
That's
not
right.
reliable.
I can see what was going on, but shadows were in the ritual curtain.
In the future, Mr. Amos, I would rather you offer up accurate testimony from the start.
Forgive me, my
That's
main
right, this
man.
judge actually is a judge.
Yeah, figure out my main man, Mr. Majesty. I love alliterations. Chalking up my fuzzy memory. Oh, yeah.
Though he saw but shadows, it is still valuable testimony.
Is it though?
You have to be kidding me.
What are we going to do now, Nick?
All I can think of is to look for inconsistency between the actual Wright and what Mr. Amos says he saw.
Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness once more. I'm trying to make his way of speaking a little different.
I can tell.
Like a more professional instead of,
Yeah.
what does it mean?
Yeah. Now, technically speaking, this isn't going to be the way it's going to go at all because I don't think they've thought that much. But this shouldn't be possible because of the fact that there are lanterns on both sides of them. There would have been lanterns closer to the curtain, so the shadows never should have actually showed up. But they're not thinking scientifically here, I don't think. Do you know what I mean?
Scientifically speaking, yeah.
Because granted, it's going to be on the small screen, but for anyone that looks at I want to go to
You're being science man.
The chart here. because they're in the middle, even though that area is lit up and the lanterns on the right would create a shadow, the lantern and broken lantern side that go towards the other mountain, those have their own light. So if there was any shadows, it would be extremely minimal because those lanterns would have cast more light than shadow would be there. But I doubt, if that's actually what I have to point out here, I will applaud and send $1,000 to the team at Capcom for the next remake of whatever Phoenix Wright game they're gonna go ahead and make next. So, but I don't think that's what's going. But let me look at this over. So,
even though, like, you wouldn't see their silhouettes, really?
Because even though there would be the other lanterns on the other side, because the two technically would be closer to the curtain, they would also be more powerful light sources, so they would overcome the shadows for the most part. So if you were to see any shadows, it would be very minimal until someone was to pass on the other side of those lanterns. Ow, I bit my tongue. Ah, oh God.
Oh no.
I'm okay. It was a small bite. Okay, so against curtain, the figures were created by the light of the full moon on that clear and still night. Was there a full moon? I want to check and see.
That's what I was thinking too.
I want to look at the newspaper. It figured 2 years ago remains a mystery.
That's just the thing.
Thick white ice first ground. Now you're playing. Now for male.
That's the prisoner alert.
Weather
forecast. I don't know why you were looking for the other stuff when this is the weather forecast.
I'm just looking for anything that possibly says about the moon. Enjoy calm, clear skies. Warmer temperature will make for excellent prayer weather. Be warned over that it'll be a cold front moving overnight. That doesn't really do anything then. So, inner sanctum.
Light of the full moon.
Inner sanctum photos. Trying to see if there's anything that takes that. Trying to see if there's anything we have with the sky, but I don't think.
Does the
bird. Okay.
Does the ritual thing talk about anything having to do
That's
with the
what I think I'm
moon?
gonna look at next. Well, that
Full
says full
moon,
moon.
yeah.
So, all right. So that's that purification right. But I mean, full moon night. That doesn't really do much. There's only 3 statements here to look at. So she's a shadow, but I could tell it was the accused. Reverse gripping that. I want to press this because she should have been. And it's kind of like what we were going on in the end of the last episode, where are they claiming that Maya was in the Lady Kira garb or out of it? Because if she was in the Lady Kira garb, she would have been in front of Abbott and me, which would have stabbed in front, so the reverse dagger grip wouldn't mean anything.
It seems like they totally forgot about
It seems like they're going over the fact that it's like, I guess they're going to assume that, oh, she just did it from behind, out of costume, and stabbed him, but then that raises the point of who the fuck was in the costume in the first place.
Yeah, but they're
glossing over that.
The seance.
So, but we're just going to go with what they've given us now. I'm going to press to see if he gives us anything about this, because she shouldn't have been in the garb then, I assume. Hang on. How do you know it was Miss Faye if all you saw were shadows?
It was that little bun on top of her head. Didn't need to see her face. Had to signal Bob's dead giveaway. Never underestimated the keen sense of observation. Oh, that's one funny haircut.
It's not nice to make fun of a girl's hairstyle. I like my hair this way.
I never thought anything of it.
Besides, you're one to talk, you Sasquatch.
Oh, damn.
You're not into this wild man look I'm sporting? Just so you know, little girl.
Nick! Is there some kind of crime you can charge him with?
I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. I know you've been gone for a while, but now he claims he only saw shadows. This testimony is sketchy written all over it.
Then there must be an inconsistency in there somewhere.
Yep. Was he really watching everything from Mount Pawnee Pawnee? If so, then I should see how his testimony lines up with the conditions of the right. Okay, so lines up with the conditions of the right. I swear to God, if it's the Lantern Shadows thing, I'm gonna flip my fucking... I'm gonna flip my lid. There's no way. I mean, would I present the layout and be like, you... I'm gonna take a look, and I'm gonna read...
You're gonna read.
I'm gonna read the right guides and see if there's something that doesn't match up. So the Purification Rite is a 3-part ceremony held on the moon. The moon is directly over. That should be it, because it was over top, so the light of the moon wouldn't have projected anything. It'd be top down. Other light physics? Is that what we're gonna be here? There we go. Okay, so different light physics.
Yeah.
You saw silhouettes projected by the moonlight.
He's like, no.
Sorry, but that's just not possible.
Well, what do you mean? That's not possible. That was totally possible. That's impossible.
I think I'm going to need a logistically translation on that. Let's take a look at this Wright's guide, shall we, Mr. Emus? The Wright was held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pani Pani. So if the moon was shining from the west, any shadows would have been cast eastward. But Mr. Emus was standing to the west of the inner sanctum on Mount Pani Pani.
Oh, Holy Mother!
That's right. Our witness here couldn't have seen any shadow figures on that curtain.
No.
That was like a friggin' goofy. No way!
No way.
He did the hee thing.
Like, no way!
Oh, God.
Perhaps it was the sacred flames of the lanterns that cast the shadows he saw.
I'm afraid not. I inspected them during my investigation, but the flames were too small to cast the crisp, distinct figures of Mr. Emus claims to have seen. That can also physically work.
Yeah, they're very tiny.
Yeah.
But that's no silhouette, really.
It's not like they're spotlights. How could
Yeah.
he, Nick?
Maybe he was someplace where they were visible. Wait, don't tell me. Your Majesty, if Mr. Emus really did see the shadows, it brings a brand new fact to light.
And that would be...
The brand new fact that comes to light if Mr. Emus really did see those shadows is... he was somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't where he claimed to be at the time of the murder.
Oh, then where do you propose the witness was?
What the heck?
As I'm getting stressed out, someplace where he could have seen the shadowy figures naturally.
Wait, you mean...
None of the mountains east of the inner sanctum are close enough for a good view. This leaves only one place he could have clearly seen those shadows from.
And where might that be?
This is where Mr. Emus was the time of the murder.
Excuse you.
Well, I mean, the inner sanctum is the one that only really makes sense. Because...
The high priest's home, what the heck?
I don't remember where that is in the map, but I think it's part way up the mountain? Is it? I don't know. I'm going to say the inner sanctum. That's why I saved just there. Yeah, the inner sanctum. Okay. Mr. Emus was at the inner sanctum just outside the curtain on the east side. That's the only place in which he could have seen the shadowy figures. He dropped down from the prison with that parachute on that side. I mean, I'm getting too far ahead.
Really? Wow, I didn't even think of that.
But wasn't the inner sanctum off limits to all but the victim and the accused?
And the third party who was there, you mean? I get the feeling that a subject prosecutor Samadi would rather not touch right now.
He's trying to keep his cool.
Ah, you mean...
That's right. This witness was at the scene of the crime, which means he is the mysterious third party we saw during the divination seance. He could be the one who dressed as Lady Kira and killed the high priest.
What?
Bone cracker.
There he goes.
No one but the two participants were allowed anywhere near the inner sanctum. And the only way up there are the stairs that start down at the pause of devotion. So tell me, how do you suppose the witness entered the sacred place?
The parachute.
Do you think he just fell from the sky?
Yes, actually.
Oh, he must have, fell from the sky. I haven't thought that far ahead.
We have.
We have.
The sanctum has sheer cliffs on three sides and a steep, towering rock face on the other. No one could have made it there by climbing the faces of those cliffs.
Unless they came from the prison. I will say, when she first talked about the prison, from the way she was saying it, I thought it was more like an ancient sense, because she started talking about, like, the only people that can reach there are, like... She's made something along those statements to where I didn't think it was an actual prison up
Rafa?
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when she was first talking about it, I was like, oh, this is, like, something that, from their beliefs, there's
You thought she was talking about, like, metaphorically?
I don't know about metaphorically, but something that coincides with the story of the original Lady Kira.
Like
that goes,
legends?
yeah, that kind of thing. Like I didn't think it was an actual prison up there.
I did.
It was the way she described it, and it didn't seem like that to me. So then when there was a prison, I was like, oh, there is one up there.
Yeah, there is.
Anyways, it's just my dumb thought for the day. So His Majesty speaks true. To say Mr. Amos was at such an inaccessible location is but a bit to tarnish his credibility. Can you stop talking so fancy? It's tripping me up, dog.
I was gonna say you're like.
Is that not right?
Right. I wasn't in your sanctum. No, sir, no how. At least I'm pretty sure I wasn't.
Okay. Then what about those silhouettes you claim to have seen?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna mention things. I'm just gonna walk out of here.
What? This is insane.
Jesus.
I knew we couldn't trust that lawyer.
The lawyer? You mean?
He's trying to frame the witness.
Oh my god.
Peace, peace, I say.
Peace, lab, and understanding?
Oh,
This is
no.
impossible. Unless I can show how we got to the inner sanctum. Just looks like I'm trying to slander Mr. Amos.
I believe in you, Nick. Rah rah, sis boom bah, fight, fight, Phoenix, right?
Thank you. That's
Just look at the accused. She has no shame. Has she no shame?
What's your problem, lady? Phoenix Wright is very trustworthy, I'll have you know. She's got some nerve for a criminal. I bet that lawyer poisoned her mind.
please, Ma, you're only making it worse. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it's probably best to keep it to yourself for now. Oh, God.
I would advise the defense to think carefully before making any more sudden outbursts.
Is Maya Fey gonna have to choke a bitch?
I'll throw these hands.
Yes, Your Majesty. If I wasn't the bad guy
Start
before,
snatching wigs.
I definitely am now.
I'll do it.
Snatch them weaves, Maya. Now, Mr. Amos, I would like you to think back carefully before you testify about where you were that night.
I'd like to think she doesn't, like, even though because she's been training, she doesn't completely know slang, so she would say wigs instead of weaves. It's like, it's weaves. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. I wasn't at the inner sanctum.
I was never at the inner sanctum, I tell you.
You're sweating, boy.
That must observe even with the first memory. Besides, it would be impossible to get there in the first place. Boy, you know sure are scary.
Gee, thanks. I guess it might have been impossible for him to get to the inner sanctum like he claims, but...
Not if he was already there.
Now you detest in trying to frame this innocent witness.
Yeah, I'd like to see you explain how we got up there.
Mr. Wright, is it not time to end these
cross-exam... Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, it was gonna be cross-examination, but whatever, okay.
Is it not time to end these cross-examinations?
I've got a party to go to. My wife will be very upset.
A moment of desperation leads to 100 million years of torment. It means that for each moment a sinner spends struggling to deny their sins,
There he goes with his music.
100 million years of torment are added to their time in hell. Grindism is the strictest religion ever. And just so you know, you've already accrued 200 million extra years.
Plus the 500 million years they started with, that's 700 million years of torment.
Sure,
Good
what's
job
another
on
200
math.
million, give or take?
Well, it's a big deal to me. Is the Earth even that old? I can't keep saying that the witness was there at the inner sanctum if I can't prove it. The problem is, how am I going to do that? If only there was like some kind of
God, don't ask
thing.
these guys how the Earth was created. They'll probably...
That's going to be a long story.
Yeah.
If I'm going to hear it, I want to hear it from Albie.
From Albie?
Because he's going to be super pumped about it, and it'll go on for like 7 hours, but I'll be entertained by all of it.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm going to save. But,
He's sweating when he's saying that, too.
yeah, we got him in,
I don't see how he
cornered.
can sweat over his beard, though.
I know, right?
That's impressive.
His beard's got some of that Rain X on it, so it just runs off.
Like a duck's feathers, how water just rolls off
Yeah.
of it.
All right, it would be impossible to get there in the first place, unless I'm just gonna go for it. Unless you parachuted. Yeah, because if you can soon. Hey, that is that a parachute? Is that what we're gonna roll with?
Yeah.
Nope, that's not what we got to go with here. So, based on this piece of evidence, anything come to mind? No, I'm just gonna reload on that one while I rethink my game plan. So, it's not the banner that looks like a parachute to me, but might not even be a parachute in the first place. So, we have to think about how he could have gotten there. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. And I mean, we know about the prison. That's about all that we know about. So they wouldn't possibly get there in the first place. So let's see what we have. The Wright's Guide.
Wait,
that's the newspaper.
he's talking about the inner sanctum.
Yeah, it would have been possible to get to the inner sanctum. Inner sanctum photos.
Present the wanted poster, maybe?
That wouldn't make any sense.
It's like it'd be possible if he was in the jail.
That would be just a saying that he's someone. And they're at the water. Warbat arrow.
Wait, what does it say? The wanted poster mentions a sizable reward. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna press this, see what I get out of him.
You're not gonna press the first part?
What if it really was impossible for you to get to the inner sanctum? If you have something to say, just say it.
Jesus.
Couldn't there have been another way to get there? A way that wouldn't attract attention?
No, there isn't.
That
No,
smile.
there Which means there is.
Perhaps the defense would share its theory with us.
I don't even have a wild guess, let alone a theory, though. Time to reach into my bag of bluffs.
Oh boy.
To reach the inner sanctum without attracting any attention,
He fell from the
he
sky.
fell from the sky.
Boom.
Maybe you fell from the sky?
He's a comedian now. Oh my god.
I was wondering what crazy theory you would propose next. Well, defense, let's hear it. Mr. Emus could have, parachuted down. We already know the weather was clear and there was no wind to speak of. Perfect weather for skydiving, I'd say. Now that you have been backed into a corner, your delusions grow ever more delusional. The inner sanctum is on a tiny ledge upon a sheer cliff over 2,000 meters tall. One misstep and a skydiver would soon find themselves in the Twilight Realm.
Man, I don't care how still the wind was. Even I couldn't have made that jump.
Wait, what's this building on top of the Sacred Mountain? That is Royal Penitentiary number 4. Alright, it was right for mention there was a prison up there.
A literal prison.
How do you get your prisoners up there anyway? That was the other thing that made me think it wasn't a real prison. I was like, how are they supposed to get up there if the only way up to the inner sanctum is that path? And then even higher up, you've got a building.
We're about to learn.
I was about to say, how do you even get prisoners up there in the first place? By helicopter, but only with authorization from the Minister of Justice. He's the only one who can approve flights to that pass of the inner sanctum. That must be one fucking hell of a prison.
Yeah.
And how do you break out of that? I mean, there's got to be only 6 people up there. The worst of the worst sitting up there.
Yeah.
I don't think they do helicopter tours daily up that bitch. Alright. But I also add defense that no parachute or other equipment necessary for skydiving have been found.
I said we don't ever fly my arms. I may be incredible move. I'm not even that capable of that.
Well, please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Emus.
And I like you're saying Emus now instead of
Emus.
Emus.
I ain't gonna fly through the air either.
A non-Emus.
Yeah. Alright, you say you can't fly through the air.
Emus sounds like a super southern farmer's name.
Mr. Amos.
Amos!
You ignoramus. Alright.
Yes!
Yes, we're right on it.
From the moment we found it.
Yeah. Mr. Emus was right. He couldn't have skydived down there without any gear.
Well, now you finally come around, have you? Man, shit, I couldn't have bothered been there.
Nope, that's not where we're going, buddy.
Right. If you didn't have any gear, that is.
He's sweating now.
What on earth are you talking about,
What
boy?
on earth?
That overreaction is a dead giveaway that I'm on the right track. Take a look at this piece of evidence.
Those are prayer flags, are they not?
Yes, but they have been sewn together to create one big banner. A banner that could also function like a parachute. The people of Karian are so used to seeing prayer flags that the police didn't even think twice about these flags during their investigations, yes?
I know it's not, but I'd love for that to be that their language's version of just fuck.
Maybe it is. They don't have to censor that.
No.
It's a made-up language scene, and then without clarifying it, that can easily be just
oh fuck.
or just like bullshit. No, this cannot be. The witness landed at the inner sanctum by using these prayer flags as a parachute. Is that not right, Mr. Emmis?
There's no way out. I'm surrounded.
Mr. Emmis?
Oh, this talk jogged my memory. I guess I was there, dear sanctum, after all.
Gah.
What the fuck is this boy talking about being there at the inner sanctum? It's impossible.
As I suspected, there were 3 people there that night.
You did it, Nick. You weren't wrong after all.
Thanks. Mr. Emmis,
I guess we could say you were right. Ha!
Maya, please. It's been 7 years, but that's too soon still for that kind of pun.
Oh, come on, you miss it.
You were the one disguised as Lear Kira that night, weren't you?
No.
I know about that.
What? No way, no how. Just like this. Oh yeah. I was only there at the inner sanctum by accident.
Accident?
By accident.
Exactly. And that thing's not a parachute. It's a homemade paraglider.
A paraglider? Are you telling me you could fly using that patchwork mess of material?
It may not look like much, but it's as sturdy as can be. I rode the wind like an eagle, going higher and higher from out to the launching point.
But there was no wind.
Yeah.
But then something happened that forced me to land at the inner sanctum.
So you just happened to land there? You expect me to believe that?
Now, please calm yourself, Mr. Wright. However, the fact that the witness was at the inner sanctum is crucial testimony indeed. And it certainly warrants further explication. Therefore, let's continue with more testimony.
This is like the 4th testimony he's given in this part.
I know.
Witness testimony. Come on, boy.
Why was at the inner sanctum?
That evening I was doing a trip through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. But just as Mount Ponty was drawing near, something terrible happened. An accident forced me to make an emergency landing at the inner sanctum. As I banged my head, caused me to lose my memory. So you see, I ended up in the inner sanctum period by accident.
An accident happened? What? Explain.
Miss Seamus, you failed to mention any of this during your pre-trial questioning.
Can't be helped, I'm just remembering it now.
Uh-huh.
Continue such slipshod testimony and you will be cast in the hell of hangnails.
Oh!
Forcibly by me. Where you should have hangnails grown and ripped out for 800 million years.
Oh my god!
I think I'll pass on that one.
Oh no!
I don't like that one.
That sucks!
I would rather burn in the hellfires over here, please and thank you.
Oh.
Looks like that caught Prosecutor Samadi off guard. This is my chance to rip his case to shreds.
Oh, my fingers, no.
I know, right?
Oh, God!
Alright.
Just give me the heebie-jeebies.
So, that evening I was enjoying a trek through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. But just as Mount Ponty was drawing near, something terrible happened.
What?
Now, isn't Mount Ponty the tall one? If I'm correct, the one that the inner sanctum is on? I can't get to the right thing.
I thought it was the shorter one.
I am hating everything. I can't read any of that, but okay, so I'll say Mount Ponty is the tall one. But he was saying he had to emergency land. He wouldn't be aiming for Mount Ponty in the
just
first
press
place.
him on
so
that.
yeah, let's press this. And what terrible thing happened?
Yeah.
Something terrible happened?
Exactly. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible.
Well, then what?
What? Was there something unexpected near Mount Ponty?
What was it again?
Oh my god.
Wait, you don't remember?
Let's say it was terrible.
Okay, that gave us a lot of insight.
Accidentally forced me to make an emergency landing in the inner sanctum.
What exactly was this accident you had?
Good question. Now, what was it again?
Oh my god.
Wind? Oh yeah, it was the wind. And I was sending wind with a sudden gale force wind. Made me lose control.
Gale force, huh?
The wind was strong enough to make you lose control?
We got that right.
Okay, then. Please add that to your testimony.
I love Phoenix is like, okay.
Yeah, but one came out of nowhere, so I made emergency in the inner sanctum.
Huh. Really? Because
It's funny how earlier you were saying how calm of a night it was.
I'm pretty sure that'll be it, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We have a saying in my country, Mr. Emus. One lie begets another.
Yep.
Huh? What does that mean?
It means someone caught lying with a lie again in an attempt to conceal their first lie. In other words, this current testimony is just a blatant lie you're telling to cover your tracks.
What did you say?
You claim gale force winds cause you to lose control. But this newspaper is the weather report for the day of the murder. It says, the area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today.
Yep.
Why, I do believe it does say that.
One lie begets another. That makes sense, but is it really a saying back home? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I kind of made that one up.
For real?
Your Majesty, the witness testimony contains another flaw, one that seems more fatal to his cause.
I feel like I've heard that saying before, though.
It does. I don't know if it's
More
necessarily
fatal,
a
you say?
saying,
The
but
defense will explain himself at once.
Mr. Emus claims he was flying up around the inner sanctum with his paraglider, but it would have been impossible to get all the way up there without any wind.
Why, yes, I believe you're right. But we know the witness was at the inner sanctum, so... Mr. Emus, how did you get there, and from where?
And we're gonna find out from where next time.
Ooh, we're finally getting somewhere,
This
man.
is doing, baby.